All right, welcome back to Wmma Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with some UFC news. So guess who finally came out of hiding? Apparently Julianna Peña did, and she's going to be taking on number 2 ranked Kayla Harrison at UFC 316, set for June 7th in Newark, New Jersey. So the fairly recently crowned, we call her Bantamweight champ Peña, will be taking on the number 2 ranked Harrison. Let's be real, Harrison should be ranked number 1, but Raquel Pennington was the last person to hold the belt, so they keep her at number 1 for some reason because, well, the UFC rankings never make sense. But Pena couldn't run and hide forever, so she will be taking on Harrison. Harrison will be challenging, of course, for that title. Yeah, this was the fight to make, obviously. I mean, you look at the bantamweight rankings and who else is there for Pena to fight. Ketlen Vieira, Harrison just beat her. Norma Dumont, she's almost there. Like, she needs one more win, I think, and Dumont can be up there. Macy Chasson just canceled out of a fight that would have put her in a contention. Aldana at number 6. Nah, she's done. Bueno Silva went back to flyweight. Yeah, there's nobody within that top 8, really. Eileen Perez, she probably has the longest winning streak right now in the division. She's at number 8, but she doesn't have, like, a win that will put her into that contention. So she's got that win streak going, but she's not ready yet. So yeah, Pena has nobody but Harrison to face right now, which is pretty funny because Pena, the only person on the roster that Pena has a win against right now is Pennington. So yeah, Harrison, I think, should be able to beat her. Should. Emphasis on should. Anyway, let's get into the rankings here. So the Venezuelan Vixen comes in at 11-5. Harrison coming in at 18-1. Harrison's career is like half as long as Pena's, and yet she has more fights somehow. It's unbelievable. Let's see. So Pena last fought, 4 months ago, beat Pennington via split decision. Disgusting robbery. Her last fight before that was 2.5 years ago against Amanda Nunes when she lost the title that she had previously won against her. Harrison is on 3 straight wins. Beat Aspen Ladd via decision back in PFL. Then submitted Holly Holm. That was 10 months ago. And then 4 months ago, defeated Ketlen Vieira in a fight that was a lot closer than a lot of people thought it should have been. But personally, I thought Vieira was going to be Harrison's toughest fight on the roster. So that was, I think, it wasn't the most exciting win, but that honestly is like a huge stone removed from Harrison's path. Let's see, they're roughly the same age. Pena is actually a year older, 35-34 for Kayla Harrison. Harrison is taller at 5'8", 173 centimeters to 5'6", 168 centimeters. According to Topology, Pena has the reach advantage, 69 inches, 175 centimeters to 66 inches, 168 centimeters. All right, so we got wrestling from Pena versus judo from Harrison. Striking, probably even on the feet. Pena has a good slip jab, where she jabs and then she moves her head out of the way too at the same time to get out those counters. But that's really all she has in striking, and didn't work nearly as well for her against Amanda Nunes the second time, and didn't really work so great against Raquel Pennington either. Harrison's striking isn't great, but it allows her to get into the clinch. And this fight is going to the clinch, and from there, it should be Kayla Harrison's fight to lose at that point. Like, I feel like this is Harrison's fight to lose. There's no reason she shouldn't be able to beat Julianna Peña, unless her weight cut ends up being absolutely horrendous, which we know She has a lot of trouble making this weight. She makes it, but it is not comfortable. And she said, I've only got so many fights here at Bantamweight. So unless she has a really bad weight cut and that has a hard time recovering, this should be Harrison's fight to win, okay? Harrison has really good ground and pound. She has great takedowns. She has really good ground and pound. And she has submissions. Now, she actually has almost probably more wins from ground and pound as she does submissions. Let me look at the stats here. So she has almost as many wins from TKO as she does submissions. She has 6 wins by TKO, 7 by submission. But looking at the submissions, let's see if I can get them down here. Let's see. A rear naked choke against Holm. Arm triangle choke against Martina Yandrova. Armbar against Taylor Gardado. Armbar against Cindy Dandois. Armbar against Bobby Joe Dalzil. And an armbar against Brittany Elkin. Oh, man. She has more arm. Okay, I'll admit. Kayla Harrison has more wins by armbar than I remembered. Who did Pena famously get armbarred by? I'll tell you who. Valentina Shevchenko, who is much smaller and not nearly as strong as Harrison. You know who else submitted Julianna Peña? Jermaine Derondami, a striking-based fighter. She is the only submission win. Peña is the only submission win on GDR's record. That is something you never want to be. You never want to be the only submission win on a striker's resume. Early pick here. I'm making the early pick. It's going to be Kayla Harrison. It's just, unless Peña can somehow out-tough Harrison in the first few rounds and manage to tire her out to finish her in the later rounds, this is an uphill battle for Peña. Straight up. It's an uphill battle for her. So I'm making the early pick here for Kayla Harrison. Here's the problem, though. Let's say Kayla Harrison wins. Who's next? Like, who is waiting in the wings that can be the next star of this division? Or how many people are waiting in the wings? I mean, just look at the rank. I'm telling you, go to UFC.com, look at the rankings. I named a lot of them. Dumont? No. Macy Chasson? No. Aldana is in her late 30s. She's on her way out. Bueno Silva? No, she's a bust. Perez? I think Perez is increasing in popularity, but she's not a great fighter. I mean, mostly she's just getting decisions and, like, not exciting ones either. So Harrison might be the shot in the arm that this division needs, but it's not a cure. It's a treatment. It's like she's like the chemotherapy that the division needs, in that it's a treatment, but it's not the cure. Like, this division needs so much work still. We'll see. So anyway, this is set for UFC 316, June 7th, Newark, New Jersey. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to WMAC Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform all on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.